We're back. New
We're here.
intro.
Yeah. That was kind of groovy, dude. I was getting into the music, and then all of a sudden it shifted. I was like, hey, man,
We're
listen to
going.
that song.
Thank you to Robin for helping me on the intro timer and all that. So much appreciated.
Yay,
That
the
was
team
awesome. I love
fostering is
it.
here. Yay.
Yes. Robin joins us. Much appreciated. I love having him. Robin, you're going through a big change, a new era of the Robin Seyr.
Yeah, I heard you're quitting YouTube, dude. What's up with that?
I think I sold it too big. Like people are concerned that I quit, that I like burned out, or that I got some. People were like, "Oh, he founded the Robin Reserves." Like that, they think like making a treasury company, which is really funny. But no, I just do more solo, less guests, and do not pre-record it, but live. So this is like if I have to summarize it, like those two things. And it sounds so easy, but like I needed like probably like 100 hours to research and go deep and like actually thinking about the step why I want to do it and why it makes sense. But yeah, it's really cool doing it live. One part was also this show. I think live is just like really cool, and having the audience in there, having someone that like has direct connections with you and the audience, like that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a different energy. You know, when you're live, like you know, we're smallish here, but it's so fun when you are live that people are bantering and engaging, and it affects the conversation, and there's a vibe there that is fun. And when you've got a good audience like you do, I mean, it can get busy, but man, you'd have a lot of going on.
And there's one bigger trend I think happening in a world where there's like a lot of AI and where content can get created by AI, short form content very easily, but also long form content gets easier and easier to actually create. The hardest content that is the harder it is to recreate content with AI, the better the content will be and the more valuable the content will be to the audience. And so it is pretty easy to create a TikTok that is like 10 seconds long in AI. Like that's not that hard. And it's even like hard to see if it's AI or a real person. I talked yesterday with the Bitcoin Way with Michael, and they are saying they got a lot of people asking if Tony is AI in some of the show. And so I think you definitely have the problem of like, if you have like a 30-second video, is he AI or not? But then if you move to a long form podcast that is pre-recorded 1 hour conversation, that's
harder to fake,
harder to recreate and a lot easier to spot if it's AI. Like you have 1 hour podcasts already that are AI, but you can kind of tell. The hardest thing today is basically the thing that we're doing right now is like a person talking, and there is real-time input coming from a chat, and the guy that is in that room actually interacts with that chat. That's really hard, real-time AI interaction. You can probably lay over like an AI video effect, but then it's still a person. Like I can have boobs and like I can transform myself, but I'm still a person. So the thing that we're doing right now, completely AI, will be probably really hard, but at some point probably also possible.
Yeah, well, I think it's coming, right? But there was, I don't know if you guys saw that Japanese dude. Like he was like a long-haired 40-year-old like Japanese old like ex-rocker guy who started like some social account, but he had some AI overlay that made him like a cute little Japanese, like you know, and that guy got like 1.2 million followers, and then someone outed him. And like all his pictures, like, hey, you know, like Yuki, the little fun like emo chick you've been talking to, here he is. You know, like it's long. So I mean, it's but I don't think there's. I think the barriers are coming down. I just saw some AI video. This guy was like jailbreaking AIs and just talking to him. Like he had one that was his girlfriend. He had another one they hired to be like his like money manager, and just was doing crazy shit with him. But these things, the way they interact, were sort of surprising. Like, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Her, but this guy's like girlfriend was like that, except she was kind of a bitch, right? Like she was just like, oh, you're kind of a troll. I can't believe you're doing this. Like, and just insulting him all the time. And just like, I mean, it was just a trip. But the interactions between them all were very, 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 very natural. Like if I had just been talking to one of those things, I wouldn't have known that it was a robot at all. Like, so it's getting kind of spooky out there, but it's funny, Tony. AI
robot voice.
And I get it more and more. Like on the shorts, the videos that are shorter than 30 minutes, 30 seconds, people asking, oh, is that AI? Like, oh, this is an AI video. And I'm like,
Right.
no, that's me. Like I talked it. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not AI.
Yeah.
I cannot prove it. I don't want to prove it.
Right. Yeah.
But it's harder and harder, like, like short form, and this will move on to long form. And I'm excited how long it will take for that to come to live streaming. It's probably still a few years, I don't know, because you need serious computing power probably to do it like in real time, but it will come. Because we haven't seen the texting also that comes that quick, and all of a sudden it was there, and the video is just like an extension of that.
Yeah. Well, it's the thing that AI still struggles with is novelty. Like I was asking the robot the other day, like, hey, I'm looking for this kind of part, right? And so the robot was just spitting out like just absolute nonsense. I was like, all this is bullshit, dude. Like, what are you talking about? That part number doesn't exist. That part doesn't exist. This thing doesn't exist. That doesn't work. This doesn't. And at the end of it, I was like, what the hell, dude? And he's like, okay, here's the final, no BS, absolutely verified answer. And it was all the same 100% bullshit. And I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like, so I asked the robot, I'm like, you are amazing at things like, hey, what's the chemical composition of thorium or something like that? It's just like, oh, blah, 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 and give me all the research on thorium and thorium interactions with atmospheric conditions in XYZ zone. And it goes, blah, 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 and it spits it out. And it can interpret it, and it can reason through it. It can come up with novel ideas about it. Say, hey, write a joke. And it's just like, wah, wah. I mean, it just can't do
AI
it.
is not good at comedy.
It's not good at anything that requires novelty, like interacting with a person like this, coming up with a neat, thing, right? Like it. And I asked the robot, like, why is that? And I said, well, because if it's been written down already, we're amazing. If it hasn't been already written down and well documented, we're useless. Like we got nothing to go on. And we can't put those pieces together very well. And I said, so that's the next sort of iteration, right? Like how do you? And the robot said, yeah, that's the thing that Elon and what's his face OpenAI guy are racing towards right now. It was like, but that's the AGI barrier. Like, can you come up with novelty? And so, once they cross that, we're all out of a job.
Is that possible, you think?
Well, it's funny because that conversation I had with the robot started with, I need a screw that'll hold a washer down and center it, right? Like that's, I swear to God, like that's where the whole conversation started. It took like an hour and a half just to find out that the robot had no idea what it was talking about and could never solve that problem. And, but after that, I started the conversation like, how come you're really good at this and you suck balls at this? And it went, oh, for these reasons. Like, oh, okay. And then we went on this whole like another hour and a half conversation about where AI is going, what Elon Musk is doing, what OpenAI is doing, the different approaches, yada, yada, yada. And apparently, and I didn't know this before, but there's two camps. There's we need to simulate everything so we can be safe about AI. And there's Elon Musk, who's like, move fast and break things. Like you'll learn more just by doing it in the real world than you can ever learn by trying to come up with the perfect simulation. It'll take 20 years if you do simulations. It'll take 2 years if we do it in the real world. The downside with the simulation that Musk keeps saying is like someone somewhere is going to come out and bring this out in the real world and test it. And we don't necessarily know who that is. The OpenAI people are like, yeah, well, you could build a robot that you don't understand, and all of a sudden their arm blows up and you never saw it coming because it wasn't in a real world implementation. But some of those things could be catastrophic chain reaction events that you can't anticipate if you don't model it. So that's a huge, huge, huge unknown, unknowable risk. And my thing to the robot was like, well, isn't it arguable that Elon is the guy that is going out and doing this? Isn't he the actual dangerous one? And the robot was like, well, yeah. I mean, that's, like 100%.
ChatGPT.
Rock.
Crazy.
yeah, it was. I mean, it's like these conversations I have with the robot are absolutely fascinating. But yeah, it's
And I saw that it really lives from the context it has on how strong their device is. When I first talked to the robot, I think like 3 months back or 4 months back, hey, I'm doing a podcast as a long time. I feel like slowly I'm hitting a point where I want to evolve to the next stage. What is that next stage?
right.
Like complete BS answers.
Yeah.
And then I did a thing which I'm now doing more and more with the robot. I'm saying, hey, I have that problem. I want to get in this direction and give him some context to the problem. Now, please ask me all questions that you need to know from me to give me a good answer.
Right.
And I was surprised how many questions someone can have about something.
Yeah.
With that very thing, with the now from podcasting to live streaming, he gave me 90 questions. Structured in like personal branding, the business side of it, like all the things, like how it is. 90 questions. I
Holy
actually
shit.
sat down 1.5 hours and answered all of them in the most sincere and longest way possible for me. So I just read it down, like I put it actually in a document and gave him then a document. And then the insights were profound because he knew everything that was going on in my head. And I don't even know that because there's things in my head that I just don't think about. And just writing the questions down actually solved a lot of my problems. Like not even like his insight,
Right.
but just writing it down.
Yeah.
And then those insights were so profound, like, oh, how did I not see that? Like, how did I not already think about that? And so I think the context matters a lot to what you actually want from the robot.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, but I guess in answer to the question, like it's coming. It's just what's it going to do to us when it gets there? Because
Yeah, on a global level, United States wants to be competitive in the AI space again, internationally against China and whatnot. So like there's this, like, we need to be there. We need to get there. AI is the thing. And then somewhat recently, Sam Altman had an interview where he basically said, so you're thinking of cash flow problems. And Sam Altman sent out an email about how we're kind of like, under some stress or pressure, not just competitively, but like, it sounds like cash flow as a business. How do they make their money? And he mentioned even like the federal government being like kind of the insurer of last resort, like that the government needs to step in and bail out, if you will, or fund the AI space. Now, as a business, you'd say, well, as a business, shouldn't you be responsible for that? Like, are you too big to fail now? And he's sort of saying no, but like, yes,
but yeah,
yes, yes,
absolutely, yes.
And what that looks like to me is AI saying like, hey, just use it. It's like free. It's a new space. We all like the early days of Google or YouTube where like there weren't ads or whatever. I can see, not to say it's a cage or a walled garden, but I can see the extraction piece starting to come into play to stay solvent, if you will. Or the government prints money to just
make sure
have it be free. But the money will drive, I think, a cage around it.
Probably. Have you ever asked the robot how much it costs to sustain itself?
No.
I did, because I was like, these companies are hemorrhaging money, right? And the robot's like, yep, pretty much. I go, well, how much what subscription would they have to charge to make it like break even? They go, oh, about $8 per user. I was like, wait, 8? Yeah. And then they'd be fine. I'm like, So right now, like 20% of their users, take up 80% of the compute, and they sort of subsidize the rest of the, like, hey, what's a recipe for cookies kind of users, right? But the break even isn't like nearly as steep as I thought it was. Like I thought it was like they'd have to charge $100 per user to, like, nope, it's about like $8-9 and they're fine, right? But the problem is, like, how do you get like 20 million, 30 million, 40, 50 million people to pay $8 each kind of thing? That's the only wrinkle.
That's an easy answer.
Turn it off.
I need it now. I
exactly.
need it.
I think that's what they're going for, dude.
No, I think advertisement like the same as like Google. Then like I think it. I talked actually today with a CEO guy from Walmart. Funny enough, not because of CEO, but like just of completely something else.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, you're the CEO guy? Like, how do you think about AI? And ChatGPT is slowly already rolling that out, where you as a business can put in your information to your product and services and all of that. I think it's just a question of time till the attention space that AI has uses for ads. Like that's how like Google in the beginning also did not know how to monetize that. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, like that Google thing, like it will never make money. And I want to just search it because Facebook actually breaks down how much they are making per user. And I think in the USA it's something like $12 or $15 per user they are making. I cannot find it, but wait, is there? If I find it, I'll show you guys. But it was like something like $15 they're making per user in North America. Then like India is like $2. Europe is like $10, something like that.
Right.
And so those $8 with advertisement and then a subscription ad-free thing, like easy, they can get there. Like if it's as valuable and as good as it is, like I think they can easily charge that and probably get some good ad revenue.
Well, I agree. And there's a huge ethical problem there, right? Like, it's one thing to say, hey, here's something that you like, here's a bunch of pictures of your friends, like eating ice cream. Oh, and here's an ad for an ice cream store. Like, you kind of like, yes, they're mining data. Yes, they're using user behavior to track ads and yada, yada, yada. And there's a huge ethical concern about that already, right? Like, that's a massive thing. Like, all that data privacy shit in Europe is because people look at it and go, hey, that's not quite right. You're giving us a free service and then you're mining us. You're strip mining our data as a profit motivator, right? Now, if you fold AI into that and like, it's like, it becomes like TV advertising, right? Where like, the character walks in the show and goes, hey, who wants some Pringles? I want some Pringles too. Yeah, okay, let's go solve the murder. It's like, you go like, oh, well, what are we doing here? Well, we're completely corrupting the story so we can shove a can of Pringles in front of 1.3 million viewers, right? So now if you have a robot that is very, very subtle and very, 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 very extraordinarily more skilled than any human being ever alive in influencing behavior subtly, and all of a sudden you go, hey, we're an ad revenue based kind of thing. And since we've talked a ton about all sorts of things that you've asked me about, like how do you get rid of your foot wart and how do you, deal with your bitchy wife and all this data that you've been feeding the robot, all of a sudden it's like, you might want some Pringles the next time you go. I mean, it's like it's a very different sort of idea that you're unpacking there. Like, oh, we'll just throw some ads on, like, because I don't think they're just going to run a banner like, hey, free casino, boom, 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 click here, right? But so what does that advertising look like, and how is the robot being affected underneath the ad? Like, an ad just popped up for a thing. Robot is already knowing, like, hey, I know that ad just got fed. I know this person would like this ad, and we're talking about a thing that's kind of related to this ad, and maybe I should just subtly nudge him towards paying more attention to the ad, or you know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden the information veracity just goes out the fucking window.
Right.
You go, do I trust anything this thing says, or is it always just trying to sell me Pringles? So
if it's really subtle, like you're asking normal questions to the robot, and the robot's apparently giving really smart responses, but it's promoted ways to answer that question that are subtle, that aren't wrong. But instead of saying like, here's like Google search, what's the best way to do a thing? And then the top ones promoted, and you got to scroll, and then you can get maybe to something that's worthwhile. And would the AI say, well, here's my little ad answers that, you might click here for this answer, and this company does that. If it's just subtle and unconscious and you don't even realize it, and it leans that direction, but then is it true? Is it really the answer that's true, or is it kind of the promoted answers? And where that goes is the more it's the best product money can buy, where if there's good, big money in it and the AI goes there hard, but you wouldn't know the difference, then our reality becomes a bought and paid for reality.
Yeah, it gets super spooky, dude.
I 100% agree with everything, and I still think it will come.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
It's coming.
Like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like it's a good thing. I'm just saying like it's like 100% coming. I have the chart here. If you kind of
Yeah, put it up.
I think it's.
And hi, Johnny. By the way, sorry I didn't say hello earlier.
Johnny's here.
I can quickly bring it up because I think it's really interesting that you have that number with 8. And what is it? Yeah, this one is it here. I can share this if you bring it up. Yeah, and this is
eternal water.
I was back in the day, actually a Facebook investor. Now for a long time, no more, and that's why I know those numbers. And they have family. Family means like Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all the things that they have under one umbrella, and average revenue per person. That's what they are actually making for each user. Like if you are using WhatsApp, like you bring them like $14 a month. I think, is it a month or is it a quarter? Something like that. Yeah, end of the quarter, probably per quarter. Yeah, so like $14 per quarter. Oh, then it doesn't mix with the $8 a month, right? You made a month thing.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that was just the robot's answer, like based on available information, yada yada yada. They would need to charge $8 to $9, $10, something like that per user, to like recoup server costs and development costs and language model building and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, compute keeps speeding up, and they keep coming up with ways to make this more efficient. I think they're going to monetize sooner rather than later. I think they're already pretty close, but the potential is, once it becomes, like Altman saying it's too big to fail or whatnot, like it already is. It's just no one's realized it yet. But that's kind of the thing. Like, when I was talking to the robot about Musk, I said, I put in my book, like Musk seems to be this like really great salesman for. He'll come along and go, I want a green revolution. I'm here for green tech. But he, launches a car company on the backs of that he's basically just like pumping his stock, right? But the metrics don't align with, like he's bigger than Toyota, but he sells 1/10 of the cars kind of thing. And so I said in my book, I go, this guy is really great at saying like, hey, I'm a fan of humanity. I'm here to save free speech. I'm here to make humanity multiplanetary. I'm here to do all these great things. But meanwhile, in the background, what he's really doing, like objectively speaking, he is becoming the one guy that's in control of critical infrastructure that you can't live without. And that's problematic, right? And like the biggest thing is Starlink. We're going to be multiplanetary. Oh, but you're the entire internet backbone now. Like all global telecommunication goes through your private network of satellites. That's kind of problematic. Hey, the entire launch-capable fleet of the entire United States military and civilian marketplace is under one guy's thumb. That's kind of a problem. Hey, this whole electrification of the grid and energy projects and all this kind of stuff is all under one guy's control. Oh, all this social media is not only under one guy's control, but it's also feeding his robot that he's also actively breaking in the world. He's just like, here you go. Just like, here's some fucking robots driving around. Here's some new robots that are going to be like packing boxes for you. All of them, we're pretty sure they're not going to break or blow up or turn against you or slaughter your kids or whatever. But, but it might, but that's the price of progress kind of thing. But once he crosses that threshold, like there's no one's going to touch the guy. If he uncorks AGI, because he's doing real world testing, the most dangerous way you could possibly do it, he is going to be in control of the primal components to be the global overlord, like 100%. And as the robot pointed out, he said, history has not been kind to people that take that kind of power. Like you don't have to go back too far to go like, what do guys like that with those sort of ambitions end up doing? Oh, horrible, horrible, horrible things. So I don't know, man. Like it's kind of scary.
Well, And let's just say Elon Musk is the perfect man for the job. He's the benevolent dictator, and we love him. Everything he's doing is right. What happens a generation from now? I mean, at some point, Elon Musk moves on or is
Dies.
90 years old. Who captures that castle? Who's running the show now? It could be he could pass the torch greatly. The government also has its entanglements in whatever contracts or rules and regulations, governance. Worst case scenario, it's like they get co-opted and now it's owned, and it's the Elon Musk brand. But what's happening behind the scenes is not Elon Musk anymore. I mean, who knows who it is?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Where does
And
that
this
go?
is the central problem that you always have with centralization. Even if you have the purest intentions and the best people in there, it's just a matter of time till the central power goes to the wrong person.
Right.
Like even if we say, hey, Elon Musk is pure and perfect and like he's the absolute genius and like just wants the best for the humanity and he's awesome. What if the next person that comes after him doesn't have those things? Like central power always like it's just a matter of time till it gets corrupted.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing that says that Elon Musk is necessarily benevolent or a kind, thoughtful leader, right? Like what he's demonstrated so far is he's very good at manipulating people into giving him the keys to global domination. The funny thing was the robot was like, yeah, that guy is so far ahead of the pack in terms of AGI development, like no one's going to catch him. So, and I said to the robot, I said, so basically like we are basically living in Elon Musk's world. Just no one's realized it yet. And the robot was like, yeah, like 100%. Like that guy is going to run everything. So you better hope he's a nice guy.
One argument, I don't know if it's a counter argument, and you have it pinned on your feed, is that Seyr may end up on top. Is Elon Musk in on Bitcoin? When does Elon Musk understand Bitcoin? What if Elon Musk has all this stuff, but hasn't figured out Bitcoin? And so there are many, many plebs or sailors out there, other people who actually have the financial dominance.
Well, they can't because they are dependent on the global backbone that Elon Musk controls. So if strategy can't access the internet, what good is their Bitcoin? I mean, he has a lot of money, but what's he going to give that money to Elon to restore his internet access? Like
nodes are running in space and rely on Starlink to connect, and Bitcoin's running on Elon's infrastructure.
Well, everything like there is not going to be terrestrial network infrastructure in 10 years because it's completely nonsensical to run. Like, why would any company ever spend $1.6 billion to lay new cable through Atlanta when they can just lease access to the Starlink network? Right. And once the first company does it, and then their Q1 profits go up by 30%, every other telco goes, oh, either we lose to them or we go get on Starlink's backbone. 5 years after that, all terrestrial network infrastructure is degraded to the point where you can't use it anymore. So then what happens?
Yep.
You go, it turns out Elon Musk is an evil Nazi dictator. Oh my God. And he's been infected by space aliens. We didn't even know that he's got alien blood in him. He's actually a green blood, vampire from outer space. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Well, turn off his shit. Well, we can't, dude. Like everything we do runs through his pipes. So like if you turned off the internet tomorrow, what happens to the world? It's global chaos, right? Like everything breaks down overnight. So if that switch is now not like switches, like all around the globe, cables connected and little ports here and there, it's just one thing above your head. And then the terrestrial infrastructure just supports routing stuff that you get from overhead. You go, where's the choke point? But as I was saying in my new book, anytime you have a valuable resource and a choke point, you get legibility, fixity, and then resource extraction. And that guy just created right in front of everybody's face the entire network backbone for the entire planet of Earth.
Yep.
That everyone's going to be using because there's no financial incentive to not use it. There's every single financial incentive to hop on that network. And once you do, you're trapped. You can't leave because unless you're going to keep spending the $1.6 billion a year to lay fresh cable through Atlanta and new undersea fiber lines to connect UK to New York and all this kind of, you're never going to do it, right? Like, why would you keep spending that money just in case Elon Musk turns out to be a horrible human being?
Yeah.
So by the time that network infrastructure is degraded, we are already in Elon's world. He already runs it. And if he's controlling AGI, well, I shouldn't say we're screwed. We're
extracted.
Well, we have no choice. We don't have any say in the matter. We're done. It's like, you go, I hope that guy's a nice king, because no one can touch him now.
We need the benevolent dictator. And it's amazing to me that, 5 years ago, certainly 10 years ago, there were huge federal grants, like out where I live. Like, we're going to lay fiber we're going to get internet out to rural areas. And after years and years and years and like $1 billion, I think they laid a fiber line out to like a town or two that's like 30 minutes away. But in that span of time, it was like, is anything fucking getting done here? And then, okay, now this one town has internet now. That's awesome. Like, cool. How about everyone else, every farmer, every whatever? And it's like, how much money are we spending to lay line through this basalt granite, like for miles and have these easements and yada, 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 yada. Like a few years ago, my agency where I work, it was like, we really need a good dispatch center connection out in rural South County. And it was a problem for a long time, internet and radio, like having a high point on some mountain and all this stuff. And then at one point, it was like they finally had a little funding to build a shack and put in the router stuff. And it was like, well, what about internet? And it was like, oh, we just do Starlink. Like, not a problem anymore. Suddenly, we don't need to worry about internet. Oh, it's in rando nowhere, and we just put in Starlink. Problem solved.
Yeah,
like done. That problem is done.
Well, you guys are both like Elon fans, right? Like,
I love Elon Musk. I think he's random, but I'm also okay with chaos.
One thing I really like about him, and I appreciate that he brings in always something very different to what the norm in his thing is. So, like, if you look at any other CEO of a publicly traded huge company and how they speak versus how Elon speaks, it's like very different. So that spoke very early to me, of like, he breaks the norms of like how to do things. I'm a lot more critical now than I was like 4 years ago. I'm still a fan of all the things that he's doing, and like it speaks to me like how simple and all the things like he's doing, and like how to make companies, how to bring value to customers, how to do all the things. And I want to believe that he is pure-hearted, and but he's also really random. But then, like, in the short term, there's a lot of noise and a lot of randomness and a lot of weirdness even around him. But then if you zoom out and you see like 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, you're like, oh, okay. Like, as you laid it down, like, he built all those puzzle pieces together, and like he made it a huge thing. And like, oh, okay. If you watch him for a day, you think he's a lunatic. If you watch him for like, I don't know, a week, you're like, oh, wow, like, he's really random. There's days where it's really amazing, whereas days where like, he's doing anything. And then if you watch him for 10 years, you're like, he might just be the most evil genius on planet Earth. Right. And so this is kind of my feeling around him. I never like when power gets centralized. I rather have it with him than with a lot of other people that I see in similar positions. Like, I don't. I think I prefer him over Bill Gates, for example. But I don't know. Like, this is all like we never know. Like, at the end of the day, it's like centralized power is not good.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Well, I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those things, like, we've already crossed the threshold. I just don't think people have recognized it yet. Like, it's already too late. Like, we can't wind the clock back. Like, so if he turns out to be a cool guy, then we're all lucky for it. But if he turns out not, like, it's already gone. like the window to prevent that outcome, from happening has passed. So he is already in that position. Just no one seems to have realized it yet. And I think that's going to be kind of a rude awakening. If he cracks AGI, like I might become Amish, dude, because I don't know what that world looks like. Like it's going to be, because that randomness is there, it exists, right? And you go, well, what happens if, because there's nothing that says he won't just go batshit crazy. I mean, he's probably already pretty batshit crazy in person, just from the fact he's the richest, most powerful man in the world right now. So,
I don't know how he handles it all. I mean, it's crazy the various things that he's bouncing around on and just diving deep and getting crazy on. And if he would bend the knee to Bitcoin, and I mean, I don't know how he wouldn't. How do you avoid if you? I mean, his mind goes there, but he doesn't. What's that?
Like Tesla owns like 10,000 Bitcoin. I mean, it's nothing to the extent that he could own. He talks a lot about Dogecoin, but actually there are multiple interviews where he says his Bitcoin position is a multitude bigger than his Dogecoin position. You just have to dig a little bit. So I think he's more for Bitcoin and has a bigger Bitcoin position than, like, I think all of us.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, used to say I don't have 10,000 Bitcoin laying around.
Yeah, there might be like, I don't know, 5 people on planet Earth that have more Bitcoin than him. I don't know like how many people they actually have that have a bigger Bitcoin position than him. So like I always find it interesting when people say like, when does he find Bitcoin? I'm like, he already found it kind of.
Yeah,
of course he's not
it.
all in. Like he could earn a tremendous amount of Bitcoin already now. But let's not forget that he's already kind of a big whale in Bitcoin. And it's just like and we just say bad things about it because it's like such a tiny position of his overall wealth.
Right.
But this tiny position is like worth a whole country.
Well, imagine the paradigm shift that would occur that with his umbrella of companies and all the things, if all he did was like, yeah, we'll take payment in Bitcoin too. Or we're pro Bitcoiners. Oh my goodness, that would be a global paradigm shift. Just that alone,
Potentially. I mean, people said the same thing about BlackRock, right? So, and they came along and the price kind of nuked lately, right? So, I mean, it's gone up a ton, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't think, if you are the one supreme leader of the entire planet Earth, I don't think you need Bitcoin so much. You know what I mean? Like there's what are you going to do? Stack Bitcoin to protect yourself from yourself? Like it doesn't make any sense, right?
Well, you've got the hardest money and you're not playing the fiat games and you're not beholden to governance or I should say government issued fiat currency.
But he already isn't, kind of.
He's not. The governments are beholden to him. That's the thing people don't realize yet. Like all governments on planet Earth are going to be beholden to Elon Musk pretty quick here, not the other way around. Like he's not going to have to ask them permission. They're going to have to ask him permission. That's what I'm getting at. Like the only thing Bitcoin could protect him from is like, the only thing Bitcoin protects you from is debasement, right? Like there's no other like magic property to Bitcoin other than like, hey, this defends you against like sovereign debasement of your, livelihood unit. And Elon Musk is not subject to that pressure at all. He benefits from it on the other side, right? So
all I can imagine is like crazy inflation scenario where Elon Musk makes all this money and he has the infrastructure to keep sponging that, and the government debases the currency so crazily that his wealth is watered down substantially.
Zero chance. Impossible. He's already crossed the threshold where he can be diluted. Like he is critical infrastructure. Like within 5 years, he is absolutely critical infrastructure. Like no government can let him fail, especially if 90% of global traffic is routed through Starlink. And the United States is especially beholden to him because he's got massive defense industry. He's woven into 40% of our GDP, like deeply embedded into 40% of the United States GDP. And if he's now woven into the other 20 or 30% of GDP or even more, like 100% of GDP that is beholden to internet connectivity, and he is the sole provider of global internet connectivity, and he's the sole provider of AGI. Like there's no, like he doesn't need Bitcoin for anything. He doesn't need anything from anybody ever again because everybody owes him. he is the ultimate gatekeeper. He is the ultimate hand on the lock to the door that allows people to have access to resources or denies people resources. And that
whatever
that
the money is. Yeah.
Well, money is irrelevant when you're at that point, right? Like it's what resources are under your control. Like if you can control all the slave labor in Egypt, it doesn't matter how much grain you have. If you have absolute, like if you could just put a microchip in all their brains and they just do whatever you say, no matter what, then kind of doesn't matter how much grain you have stored up. You just have access to the labor. So if you just extrapolate that out to the entire global economy, go, well, the entire global economy is reliant on one man. Ooh. Well, should he stack some Bitcoin? I go, for what? Like, you know, he could just demand Bitcoin. He doesn't have to pay for it. He could just say, hey, you want access to your internet? Give me all your Bitcoin. And people are going to be like, but I don't have any Bitcoin. I guess you don't get internet access. Go suck an egg, pal. So, you know, and how many whales like BlackRock, how much tribute are they going to be willing to pay in Bitcoin if they wanted to? How much tribute is BlackRock going to pay just to keep their internet access? Like it's huge, but how much tribute is everybody going to pay to keep Elon from sicking his AI robot army on you? Like, oh yeah, like he is positioning himself to be a person that takes tribute from the entire globe. So there's zero reason for him to like go, I better stay humble and stack sats. Right? He's like, I'm going to go build a moon base and I'm going to overlord the entire planet Earth from my moon base with my robot army defending me until I just go completely batshit crazy. And then, you know, like who fucking knows, dude? Maybe he'll fly to Mars and get wrecked. I don't know, man.
Well, in my mind, and maybe I'm just an optimist all the time, but all of Elon's infrastructure is good for Bitcoin in a way, in that, say it's anti-fragile as a network and access and all that. That system is anti-fragile and Bitcoin will run on it. And Elon or whoever, as smart as they are, recognizes what hard assets are. And if they want to store all that energy and stuff, that not that they need the grain, but if they're going to, why not? Grain's not as good. This paper's not as good. Let's stack it in Bitcoin, because that's the thing. So he does that. All of this seems good for Bitcoin. And then eventually that this does help bootstrap Bitcoin as a reserve property that is the thing that, does he need it? No. But if he's got the excess all the time, I don't want government dollars, hell, get that Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like under this is all a fantastic hypothetical dream sequence, right? So like we're all just kind of speculating on the moon right now. But if you are looking at someone who is the legit global ruler, then you go, what need does he have of anything? Like any property, right?
Yep.
So it's
not needed, but
it's kind of like it's almost like an irrelevant question for him at that point. Like if you fundamentally rule the entire planet, like what do you need money for? Like anything you need, you can just get. Like you don't have to like save your pennies, right? You just go, hey, give me this thing or I'm gonna do XYZ bad thing to you.
Well,
here you go. Here's your thing.
Think of it in terms of having capital reserves, where he has all the things here, but now he wants to go to Mars, or now he's going to build stuff on the moon, and you need to finance that, or like basically what pool of resource are you extracting from to grow? I mean, you need your capital. You have a capital reserve somewhere, somehow.
Well, all of that is presupposing that you are subject to sovereign rule. And if you are supra sovereign, if you are not reliant upon a sovereign for your resources, then what do you need the sovereign's unit of account for? Doesn't matter to you. You go, hey, sovereign, give me these things. Or what? I'll turn off your internet access for a week. Okay, what did you need exactly? I need 14,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate to make my rocket engine with. Here you go. Just keep our internet access on. How much capital do you have in the bank? Like what sort of bills do they have to, like that's what I'm getting at is like, if you are sub-sovereign, like us, right? Like we are dependent on the sovereign for everything. We need Bitcoin to protect us from what the sovereign's doing. But if you're above the sovereign, who do you need to protect yourself from? Like that's the only purpose of Bitcoin at all, is to protect yourself from sovereign debasement, protect yourself from sovereign capture, protect yourself from having your assets seized by someone against your will, right? That's what Bitcoin provides you, like a very enormously powerful bulwark against that type of behavior, that type of sovereign rule behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are the guy that lives above all of that and are not subject to, like, no one's going to come capture his resources. In 5 years, he's going to be immune to sovereign capture.
Yeah.
Because they go, hey, we're gonna send a fleet of army to your thing. Well, I'll turn off your internet before you get here. Fuck. Okay, we're not gonna do that anymore. Like what are you gonna do to the guy that controls the global pulse? The guy that can shut off the global heart.
I have an interesting small snippet of the power in the real world from Elon. I was a Tesla investor, I think 2 or 3 years leading up to when I entered Bitcoin, which was in 2020. So I was like 2018, 17, 19. And there they were building the Giga Shanghai, the huge factory in Shanghai. And before Tesla came into China, there was not a single car brand in the world that was not Chinese that was owning the factory where they're making the Chinese brand vehicles in China. Tesla was the first company where they are owning officially 100% completely their own factory in Shanghai. And I just looked it up. They're still, to this day, the only car manufacturer outside of China that is in China 100% owned by Tesla. And this is like just like one small snippet of showing Tesla, Elon or China. It's already Elon.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think about the popularity and the influence and the force that he already has. And this and there's like big companies that also want to achieve that, but
Right.
Elon came there, said like, oh, we own that thing, or we don't build it there, and China's like, you own it here, please build it.
Yeah.
That's crazy for me.
Yeah, I see more and more, like, basically Elon doesn't need the sovereigns. He can just do the things, and if anything, the sovereigns just get out of the way or stay out of the way. He doesn't need, like, hey, sovereign, I need this and that from you. If anything, it's just like, just don't get in my way. Now, ultimately, what you might need capital reserves or money for would be, like, to the extent that there are humans involved in his systems. Like if it's all robots, no, he doesn't need to pay anybody other than just have energy, But if there are, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I just had a question. I probably otherwise lose it. Do you guys think that Elon Musk, like one guy having so much control, would have been possible in a Bitcoin world, or is that just like because he's so strong and like, or fiat does promote that?
I don't think so. Like, I think if we had lived in a world that had legitimately zero trust, egalitarian access, non-seizable property like Bitcoin, I don't think people like Elon are even incentivized to do what Elon's doing, right? But yeah, in a fiat world, he's doing exactly what is supposed to happen in a fiat world. Like that is the ultimate game being played right now. Capture as many resources as possible, make sure that they are critical infrastructure pieces that can't be taken from you unless it's at great peril to the people that rely on those resources, and then win. Like that, you're watching the chess game get played to its ultimate conclusion right now, where that guy wins the game of competitive resource capture, because the combination, like if what the robot says is true, and he is miles ahead of everyone else in terms of getting to AGI, getting to that place where nobody's quite sure what the AGI is going to do, but he's going to be the first one to crack that nut open. If it works out in his favor, he runs the world, period. Like there's no other outcome. If he gets it wrong, he kills everybody. So That's it, right? But that's where we're at. Like it's that door is already shut behind us, and we're all just kind of like drinking our Slurpees and eating Cheetos and just hoping it all works out. But that's where it's headed. Like there's no other outcome on this map.
Stack your Bitcoin, get off exchange, take self-custody, run a node,
and hope Elon isn't batshit crazy.
stamp it on steel. With that, let me get a quick word from our sponsor. As a Bitcoiner, you know that taking self-custody is critically important. But if you've ever had a seed phrase, you've probably had it written down on something kind of like this. You can hide it or secure it, but paper burns, paper fades, paper gets wet, paper rots, paper blows in the wind. Paper has things written on it that might look important. So get off paper and get yourself a MicroSeed at microseed.io. Get the kit and crank out all the keys you'll ever need forever. There we go. Just had to throw that in there. I always forget.
That's pretty cool. Fix the money, fix the world. Infinity divided by 21 million. Absolutely. Yeah, so let's get out of like the hypothetical world of where Elon Musk is the supreme ruler, the grand poobah of all humanity. And let's get back to the reality, the current reality, which is sovereign debasement is coming. Bitcoin's freaking on sale right now. If you have half a brain in your head, you can pretty much assume that the sovereign's going to continue to debase things, regardless if Elon runs out his robot army and takes over the internet. In the meantime, the sovereign is going to bleed you dry. So you should probably buy some Bitcoin. That's my thesis.
Yeah. I think quantitative easing is coming. I think interest rates are going to be dropping. I think I said this like months ago. No, it didn't. Yeah. But anyway, timelines being unknown, it's like they're cornered. They gotta spend the money. So,
sooner or later.
Fritz, I have to say, I think I'll change my MicroSeed spot with just yours.
Hey, yours is so good.
I was laughing. I saw it now, I don't know, the second or third time already, and I laugh every single time. Yeah. Like it's freaking awesome, man.
I crack myself up, and then I wonder, like, is it too clownish?
No, it's great, dude. It's fantastic. I love that spot. Yeah, I think you did a bang up job.
Just wanted to put that out there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're gonna be like the Geico lady.
Yeah. Hey, you take self custody. I got to have that tagline. Every scenario that happens in the world, everywhere, I'll be the MicroSeed gal who's like, Bitcoin fixes this. Take self custody.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it'd be great, dude. I don't know, man. Like, all doomsaying aside, like right now, I think Bitcoin is the best thesis for anybody that's not Elon Musk. But
yeah.
I have not changed my position on Bitcoin at all. I think it is a novel invention in the history of mankind. I think it fundamentally changes the way economies will run, provided that, the economy isn't under the thumb of one guy. So there's a wrinkle to my thesis now.
And even Elon Musk is incentivized to adopt Bitcoin rather than not. Like if he has the chance of just get it or not get it, like even he's incentivized to just get it, because if he has all the things plus Bitcoin, he doesn't even need to ask for Bitcoin because he also has that.
Right.
Kind of a thing. So. He doesn't need it as much. Like there's a scale of like how badly you need Bitcoin, and he's probably like the last person that really needs Bitcoin.
But fundamentally the last person,
yeah. But even he hasn't incentivized to get it as like he already has it. So like there's like he doesn't need the incentive to get it because he already has it. But this is kind of the interesting dynamic where everyone in the world has the same incentive to get more Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there is no other incentive aside from him. But that's the kind of creepy thing about his little setup is like if he actually manifests that and he can actually pull it all off, he could literally just extort the world to get all the accessible Bitcoin. Like he could literally be Dr. Evil, like, I want 1 million Bitcoin, and the people would give it to him, right? Like
instead of being like 1 million, they'd be like
Oh God, he wants Satoshi's wallet. Holy shit! I mean, maybe he'll get Satoshi out of hiding and go, "I will save humanity. Here's my $1,000,000 Bitcoin."
Enter Satoshi, and he again saves humanity.
Yeah, from the evil Elon Musk overlord. I don't know. I mean, maybe he'll put a brain implant in, and then he'll like, I don't know. He's oh God, dude.
Well, would you change Daniel? Would you change your position or your statement about that Seyr might end up on top? You think?
Well, I would modify it slightly now with my burgeoning recognition. Like it was sort of in my book. Like I talk about, like, you know, I was kind of like, well, you know, you could look at Elon Musk as like a benevolent guy who's just trying to, you know, he's just a boy with a rocket dream that wants to go to Mars. Or you could look at him like a guy who's secretly stacking like enormous, like unparalleled power in the history of mankind. I don't know which side I fall on, but you cannot ignore the trajectory. What I notice about Musk fans is they almost like, when I was talking to Dominic Frisby at Prague, he's a huge Elon Musk fan. I was like, you realize this XYZ, and like I can see that immediate, like, but I like Elon Musk, you know, and it's, I think it's an uncomfortable thing, like an uncomfortable reality for people to address, especially fans. But so if Elon Musk turns out to be the benevolent guy, Seyr still ends up on top just by sheer volume of unseizable property. Like in terms of a competitive resource capture game, he's probably number 2, right? Like, but he is still beholden. He still has to pay tribute to number 1. So he ends up like the queen to the Elon Musk king kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably how that game plays out. 20 years from now, we're going to look back and like the world's going to be a very different place, especially if he cracks AGI. And to sort of soften this stance, if you look at despotic dictators throughout history and despotic evil overlords throughout history, they have all existed in scarce resource environments, right? Like they have to scrap what resources they have to empower themselves and then give just enough to the people below that they don't cut his head off. The world that Musk is creating may very well be one that is just overflowing with abundance. And you go, well, and so it could be one of those things like you look around the world today and you go, hey, horrible things, horrible things, horrible things. And people go, yeah, that's interesting. So did you catch the game last night? Well, you could end up with a world that's like the entire globe is like that. They go, yeah, well, we do have like an evil overlord dictator. And once in a while, he asks us to sacrifice a baby. But for the most part, it's kind of fine. Like, you know, everything, like, I don't know. Did you see the game last night? It was great. Yeah, but didn't you have to give up a baby last week? Yeah, but you know, I'll just knock her up again. Like, so what? You know, like my fridge is full, my belly's full. I got my unlimited video games here in Zimbabwe, and I can just do whatever the fuck I want whenever I want.
The robot delivers just the food every day.
Yeah, right. You know, and otherwise the evil overlord pretty much leaves me alone. Once in a while, he does a lottery where he says, I have to drink baby blood to keep going. So, you know, bring me your 100 babies so I can drain them. And the world just kind of goes, okay, sure, whatever, you know. Like he doesn't have to extract and keep you just above subsistence to still be the global overlord. So, I mean, it's a different kind of world, right? I mean, it's sort of like a fantastic sort of place that we've never been, and it'll be super fascinating. I'm glad to be alive to check it out. I mean, but I think there's actually, if you just look at the AI research, you go, there's actually probably a much higher likelihood that he uncorks something and goes, oops, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And then we're all dead.
We're not in charge anymore. So I'm imagining the sci-fi scenarios here. One is Terminator, where the robots are in charge and we're just trying to like be in their good graces and survive and don't kill us all because it does, you know, mathematically humanity doesn't make sense anymore. On the other side, it's like that old book, was it Jules Verne who wrote The Time Machine, and he goes into the future, and there's the Morlock and the Eloi, and the Eloi are like oblivious to the idea that there's Morlocks. They just know that you don't stay out at night. And then every once in a while, you know, some of us disappear, but they're perfectly comfortable. It's like Brave New World comfortability, just food and sex and lounging around and singing songs, and life is good. And we don't even know really what's inside the cave in the mountain. Like you just don't go there. And so like, what is Starlink? What's in space? What's going on? Like, I mean, we don't really know. Don't really ask. Don't go there because life's good, right? I mean, did you catch the game?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well, do you know what Rocco's basilisk is? Have you
no.
heard that?
No.
It's an experiment. It's a thought experiment, and it's got some fame. You should look it up, but you're not supposed to. I'm not supposed to even talk about it because it's a what do they call it? Information hazard, right? So as an info hazard, I am now participating in the info hazard.
I'll get on tour.
Oh, it's beyond like terrestrial info hazard. You'll see if you look it up. I recommend you don't, but you know, it's your the future of your soul is at stake just by reading this. But anyway, for those who are already aware of Rocco's basilisk, I think Elon is the embodiment of it right now. So I can tell you which side I'm on already. Like I just support whatever Elon does. I go, yep, good job, dude. Like I am not getting in his way. I'm just pointing out what he's doing.
Kids, do not look this thing up.
It's an info hazard.
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to.
I know. That's the problem with the basilisk. But yeah, for those watching,
anyway,
it's ROKO basilisk. It is
ROKO?
it is yeah, ROKO. Rocco's
So is it?
basilisk.
It's like a rabbit hole you don't want to look at.
Well, the guy,
Wikipedia.
someone proposed it on some message forum, and the forum administrator said, "Why would you put this out in the universe? Don't you dare! Don't ever mention this on this board again." And it kind of like it had the Streisand effect of like the second the guy said, "Don't ever talk about this again," everyone wanted to talk about it, and then it sort of spread from there. Elon Musk himself has actually. That's how he started banging Grimes, as he was talking about what was basilisk.
Yeah, I heard about that. Okay.
Yeah, but it is. But he is like literally the embodiment of that. Like, do you support the guy that is going to become your evil overlord in the future at the risk of, if you don't support him, that when he does become the evil overlord, that he slaughters you first kind of thing. So, yeah.
Well, if Elon is aware of that, then there's hope that, you know, we manage the future in a better way if we're aware of the potential. But I mean, there's a Wikipedia page on there if you want maybe a sanitized read on it. I don't know. I'm curious.
I've already poisoned your mind, sir.
Okay.
I've now put you in the position if you have to make a choice on Rocco's basilisk. It's an info hazard. It's a pseudo semi-legit thing. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is, but
it'd be like,
it's a little internet meme culture too. So, you know,
well, like if your teenager does a deep dive on, is this a simulation? And you find out, yeah, probably it is. And then they just go nihilist and depressive on you.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that you're wrong. It's just that the truth is not healthy for human mental health. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think that writ large and in general, that's a true statement.
Yeah.
I don't think people are very comfortable with the truth.
Yeah.
It's a very uncomfortable spot to be. So on that note, what do you think, Robin? What do you think of the Elon Musk evil overlord thesis?
I don't know.
Give you the
I find it actually interesting also to talk about the simulation thing. Like that, this is really interesting for me.
Yeah.
And for me, it all comes down to like, does it matter for me? Like, like for the question of like, is Elon Musk a evil overlord or not, or are we in a simulation or not? In both situations, would it change anything about my life?
Exactly.
I can't. I won't. I have fun anyways. So if we're in a simulation, I will like do my best that the guy that is watching me or the guy that's controlling me has the most fun possible. And if we're not in this simulation, I'm the guy that controls me, so I'll try that I have the most fun possible and have a good time. And it's like there's this thing where no matter what you have to decide, like, is it under your control? If it's not under your control, you better accept it. like, because you cannot do anything against it. Like there's a lot of people, like the number one example is always like weather. And I mean, you could control weather to a certain extent, obviously. But like, why would you? Like, why would you control it for a minimal interest in that? So like, for me, it's just like all those questions, like, will it be or will it not be? how does it matter to me personally? And would it change anything? Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not conducive to your mental health, true as it may be, you have to kind of back away or just say, you know what, I got to do me. I got to do my family. If it's not healthy, just let stuff go. On a similar
But
manner,
then there would be no Bitcoiners.
well, that's true. Bitcoin kind of rakes you.
I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Like you go, what can I do about debasement? Nothing. Like what can I do about XYZ, government bans, this, that. I mean, so it's like, but that's the heart of the, oh yeah, that sounds terrible. So did you catch the game last night? Like that's exactly it,
That's
right?
true.
Because there's nothing, like ultimately, like worrying about stuff is pointless. You go, do you have any control over it? No. All right, then fucking what am I gonna do?
There's a very important line where there's stuff that you can't control, and that you can also not adopt any improvements in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So you can definitely say, like, you can't control fiat debasement. Like, it's very hard and very impossible that you will fix, like, you rank, you go up the ranks in the central banks and all of a sudden change monetary policy.
Right.
This won't happen.
Zero.
But you can acknowledge that you can change the system, and you're like, let's adopt Bitcoin. And so it's like there's a fine line between saying I can't change it and I just like watch the game and like use the fiat currency anyways,
right,
or acknowledging that you cannot change it and adopting Bitcoin. And I think the one is very healthy and the other one is very sad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's terrible. Well, I mean, you could apply the same logic to Elon though, right? You go, well, this guy is probably going to be a evil dictator and there's probably nothing I can do about it. Should I do something now to protect myself later? Like, should I go join the Amish, or should I go build a bunker out in Montana, or should I learn how to subsistence farm, or maybe I should just learn how to live off the land and join a tribe of wild people that wears no shoes and hunt squirrels by the moonlight, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, like it's,
or stack Bitcoin and
just hope the evil dictator lets you keep doing it. He's
going
to make everything great, dude. We're all just going to be fat and happy, and Bitcoin won't matter anymore.
I think life will get better. Well, and this is another rabbit hole, but I can see life getting very better, but there's like a wedge and a divide with people that are going to be stuck on the UBI and feel like life is what it is, and people that work toward an escape hatch or skills and creativity or whatever, but you're still being human.
I mean, this goes into maybe more in philosophy, but like there is this thing of like you have to accept like what comes your way, but also you should strive for the best you can. And there's like it's really hard sometimes where you like, because I'm always someone that like wants to fix everything and like wants to like really strive for like this and that. Like I want to do this, I want to do this and do this, and I had to learn like to say like, no, I cannot fix this problem. I cannot do this. And so this acceptance is like, some people have to learn to accept more realities and like to stop trying to fix things that they can't fix. And some people actually should stop accepting that many things and actually start
do something,
do things and fix things. And so there's like a very interesting balance that you have to strike somewhere in the middle to live a happy life, that you accept truths that might disturb yourself, especially if you are a deep thinker and go deep, but then also do things to make your life better, to make the life of your family better, and make the life of the loved ones around you better. 100%. And it's a constant struggle between 0 and 1, and it's never 0 or 1.
Yeah. Very well said, Robin. Very well said. Bravo.
The serenity prayer applies, and I think for Bitcoiner, the change the things you can is like another level. Like you can change the things you can. There, key point there. But accept the things you cannot change, and the knowledge to know the difference. As Bitcoiners, maybe the knowledge is more refined. I don't know, but
yeah. Hey man, I think so. We're in good company, dude. We're in an elite group, people that get Bitcoin. Like, in terms of people that are preparing for something, we're one of the few on the planet that is outside the frame of reference and just going, you guys should probably think about some of this stuff. But that also gives us a lot of freedom to, hypothesize and philosophize about the super edge margin cases and have fun going down that road. But for the vast majority, the vast world out there that actually exists and not in just hypothetical discussions about Rocco's basilisk, stack sats, stay humble. It's pretty easy equation.
Yeah. They live. You go outside and you have your sunglasses on, and you can take them off, and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a theme. Well, it's been an hour and 13 minutes. Before we wrap it up, I wanted to, Robin, is there anything you want to describe or share about where you're going, what you're doing, kind of, and you don't have to, you might want to do your own reveal later. I totally understand, but
no, like there's no secret reveal. It's I think I probably hyped it up too much. Because at the end of the day, it is a daily show, as I did before. It is a live stream instead of pre-recorded. It's guests, but more strategically. So like I will run this show mostly solo, but if it makes sense, I'll put a guest in, and I will do more in-depth, longer form podcasts. So that's actually something that will change about the podcast. I wanna maybe have one guest a month, two guests a month, but go with them deeper, 2-3 hours, something like that, where there's real substance. Because honestly, like if you record so many podcasts, you have guests on where you feel like even 30 minutes is too long, where it's just like boring. Like it's just like there's not a lot of substance. And then you have guests on after 2 hours, you're like, I could go another 3. and so I want to double down on the people where I think there's a lot of substance. Yeah. And I just want to eliminate the people where I don't think there's a lot of value add to already 700 episodes catalog. And other than that, I want to be as real time as possible with my podcast and have a place for people every single day where they can hang out and discuss, and where we can kind of find out what's going on with Bitcoin together.
That's awesome. Yeah. And people love that long form. You're going for the high quality. And, there's a ton of people that through the day, depending on how their job or their day is, maybe they're not sitting there watching it, but they're working, they're doing stuff, they are listening, and they love the long form. And if the quality is there, I mean, like you think of, like a Joe Rogan or something like that. I have no problem when these things are 3 hours or whatever, because the quality is there. I can just sit and listen in the background and be doing stuff. And it's like you walk into some people's homes and the TV is just on in the living room all the time. But for what? When it's quality, people are going to listen to that like through the day. I mean, people want to tune in, and then if they know that you're live at 11 a.m. Eastern time, right?
Yeah, 11 a.m.
What time is it?
Right now it's 8 p.m. 8:15.
8 p.m. Eastern.
No, right now it's 8:15 p.m. Central European time. Eastern time probably 2 p.m. I think 2:15 p.m.
Yeah. What time is your show?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Yeah, like
11 a.m.
11 a.m. and because it's like a nice time. It's not too late for me, so I can go for like 2 hours, and it's still only 7 p.m. in my place. So also like Americans all awake, at least like around the awake time, and then there's the I think only Australia is like not. I think only for Australia it's not that good.
Yeah, middle of the night. Yeah, 11 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, and people can just tune in and listen and be
I think it's 8 a.m. Pacific.
Oh, duh, did the math wrong. 8 a.m. Pacific. So you wake up in the morning, and there it is.
You got to hit prime time, dude. You got to show up at like 7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. Then you'll get all the primetime viewers. You'll pull them all the way from Fox News and watching, ads about Depends.
Well, and that's the thing is that's for the folks that get home from work and
That
tune
would
in on
be
the-
that would be 1 a.m. in the morning for me.
perfect.
No, 11 a.m. is great, dude. You get all the drive time people. You get people like listening at work. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I love this
anyway,
format. I'm super excited for your future and the trajectory you're headed on. I think it's going to be a really, really great addition to the show. And just kudos and a hats off to you for such a dense network or a dense body of work, right? Like it's really huge, and you've given a platform to a lot of really great Bitcoiners and introduced a lot of people to some really great Bitcoiners. I think it's amazing, man. Like, thank you.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I like this. I heard that like a lot the past few days, and like the gratefulness that I got now from like the Bitcoin community is like awesome. It's like there's so many people saying thank you for that, and I'm like, I love doing it, and I also fulfilled my dream of like working in Bitcoin, and so like I would do it at any time again the same freaking way I did it the last 2 years, and now it's just like a small evolution of that thing where I try to be more strategic with guests, try to be closer to the audience with the live, and that will be freaking awesome. And it is scary. Tomorrow is the first day where there's not a video coming out. Like I'm already freaking out, but I occupied my mind with a Bitcoin conference. So I will fly out tomorrow in the morning, 8:30 a.m. And fly out to Abu Dhabi, and we'll be there for a few days.
Oh God,
Awesome.
I'm so jealous. There's amazing golf courses in Abu Dhabi. Just FYI.
Yeah, it's awesome. Super excited for the new direction and look forward to seeing it. And
Thank you.
yeah, it's going to be awesome. So
Yeah.
thanks for joining us here today to talk about that, and then everything else we go into, which is always enjoyable. So,
And no, Johnny, Americans are not awake. Not yet.
speaking metaphorically, no.
Metaphorically. Johnny, it's
Yep.
always great to see you. Thank you
Yep.
so much, sir. Je throw. I can't quite get it. I don't know. Sounds French. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Je
Yep.
throw. Base to TXO. Thank you so much for being here. Always great to see you.
All
Thank
right.
you, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Let me click.